I've been busy. I've been grinding so that we can do some work in this area today. Yeah, as you can see, I'm level 40. I have been running a bunch of vaults in between episodes, just both for my own enjoyment and also doing some on streams. Now, by the time this episode comes out, I'm hoping that I'll have started to upload my backlog of VODs to my VOD channel and getting them out in a bit of an order again. If you do want to catch the most recent stream I did, where I ran through about 6 or 7 vaults to get a bunch of resources, that is on my Twitch channel, which is linked in the description. But the reason I've been doing so much grinding is because I want to move out of here, and refined storage costs a bit. Or not only refined storage, but what I want to do with it. So in this white shulker box right here are a few things. I have made a framed drawer controller, a bunch of drawers, a bunch of cables, 20 4K storage blocks, the external storage to connect to my controller, a controller here, and a crafting grid out of the Echo Pog that we made last episode. And the reason I got all of those done and dusted was because I want to do the move today. The move out of this area and having a permanent storage and crafting area set up finally. Now, I also happened to get my second treasure room, the Escalium key that I had and couldn't find a door for. I found one, and I'll pop up on screen what I got in there. But basically, that paid for this frame drawer controller because I got the Pog, I got the Extraordinary Larimar, and the Black Chromatic Steel, and just had to make a couple of drawers. So that was a huge, huge win for me. And we got a couple of other goodies too. So that was really nice. That got me a little bit ahead. And now I think I'm prepared to start working on stuff. So let's lay out my plan. I want to have an area under here, which is my workstation, my main area where I come down to access my storage, to do the crafting, to check my bounties. Everything wants to be accessible from that spot. But I don't want to build my storage there. I want to come over to these areas. And I'm thinking this side and that side. I want to make 2 rooms buried into the side of these cave walls. One for a drawer system and one for my RS system. And the RS system, I'm doing a little bit differently than you would usually see on most playthroughs, where people tend to just make the disk drives and put them into a drive bay or a drive holder. Just disk drive, it's called. So you could craft that and just make them all up into these storage disks and whatnot. But I decided I want to do something a little bit different. I want to integrate the blocks into my builds as though they are some technology that they found for storing information. Whereas the disks feel very modern, technological, the box feels like it could be something that contains a type of mana to me. Like a material that they found that remembers. Maybe it has something to do with the research they've done around this vault. I'm not sure. But that feels like it could be made as something not technology-based, but more magic-based. Even though we are going to have a literal computer screen. Look, fantasy is exactly that. It's made up. It's fantasy. I can make it up however I like. But I like the idea of trying to do a bit of something different with these. So that there is 20, and 20 times 4,000 means I've got 80,000 storage just there. As well as with all of these drawers, I'm going to be able to set them up for different blocks and different bits and pieces. And I have the 2x2 for things like my gems, which we are getting a really good amount of now. So with that, I think we're going to pop into a little bit of a build, and I'm going to go through and start setting it all out a little bit in maybe somewhat of a montage style. And then we can do a little bit more in the later part of this episode. But I want to get the room set out at least. Actually, yeah, how about I do that? How about I get myself the spaces made and then bring you guys back in for actually setting it all up? That sounds like a good one. All right, let me dig some holes. I'm back. And I've done some work. I now have a little area back here. This is now my, well, I might do a little bit more on the sides, but this here will be my access to my crafting grid. And there's nothing in there at the moment because I haven't actually set it up. But I brought down my vault stuff, the forge, and all the different bits and pieces, and I brought this stuff down as well. Pizza night, rip pages, they're not bad. Ooh, that's actually a pretty good one. Black chromatic steel. Hold on. I want that. I want it. It's expensive and I want it. Thank you. Seal of the Hunter. Okay. So I've started to experiment with some stuff like using the tuff itself here. You might notice that I've changed the position from up on top down to the bottom right for my jade settings and stuff like that. But this cut tuff here is kind of like a really nice in-between to the stone. So I've started to work on decorating. I'm going to do a lot more over time, start to blend this in, and I need to work out where these things are going to go. But for now, it's a nice way to blend into here. And this is sort of the aesthetic that I'm going for. Playing with the lighting a little bit. I actually have, which one is it? These ones at the corner. They're illusion blocks. And I have, oh wait, that was only one? I thought it was 4. Damn it. One's still good. But yes, I used illusion blocks to create a little bit of light in here. And this is sort of the aesthetic that I'm going for. Subtle amounts of light, nice and warm feeling, like an extension of the cave system itself, coming in with some tuff, which kind of, to me, seems like, yeah, more worked and weathered stone. And then we have access to this, which will be our main crafting area. Next on the list, I have a storage room for drawers. And the drawers over here are actually connected up to my system all the way over there. So I made a lot of cables. I've got a few left, but I brought them all the way over here. And so we have this, which is going to be for all of my vault ores and stuff like that, and gems. And then I've just got a bunch of drawers that we can add bulk items to, things like my stone. And then I have these half ones for splitting it up a little bit more as well. So this is a decent amount of storage, and again, just a nice little quiet room. Once again, trying to play with the lighting a little bit. That's also an illusion block that I've added some light to, and there's a little bit of light from that one up there, but it feels very cavey to me, and I like that. And last but not least, over here, I have my digital storage room, which also houses my power. And these blocks here are just placeholders right now. This is all a little bit janky as well. I'm going to work on setting this up a little bit more permanently so that it looks nice, and so that we have a nice setup for me to generate some power stuff. But now that we're back in, I can remove these and replace them with my storage cubes. So you can see that I've actually used the new cable, can't remember what they're called, a cover. So you can make these look like anything, which is really amazing. And so I've been able to cover up these and hide all of the stuff in the background. So I should be able to come up here, grab all these, and that is 80,000 storage. God, that looks cool. I like it. It's definitely unique. It's such a different way of going about doing the refined storage, like the digital storage, and eventually we'll hopefully upgrade it to be these 64K blocks. And if I can somehow eventually upgrade all of these to 64K, that's 20 times 64K, which is just a casual 1.28 million items. So that is a long-term goal. Because, yeah, the 64K storage parts take an Echo Pog each and a bunch of all this stuff. Yeah, definitely long term. But what do you think? Playing around with the blue lights, playing around with my crystal designs. Because these are illusion blocks, what I can actually do I have it on me? Yeah. Is I can go 1, 2, 1, 2. Just give these a little bit of light. I need some more. That's okay. But illusion blocks you can add light levels to. So you can see that one there is an illusion stairs, and that is where the light is coming from in this room. Cool. So with 80,000 storage there. That should mean that I'm able to come over here and put stuff in because I've got a mess. And I'll quickly go into FreeCam and show you guys what I've got. Back here is my controller, which is actually connected up down below to this giant hallway. And this hallway connects the power all the way over there. I know that's a lot of materials for that power cable, but I was kind of just having a bit of fun. I liked the idea of running it via cable. And then we have our refined storage cable coming all the way over here up into the drawer room, and the same thing over this way coming up and in the walls connecting to all of our blocks. Isn't that cool? I really like it. Plus, it's all within loaded distance from this, and it means that I can, I can access it all, and it's still separated and gives reason for those spaces back there. I really like it. So, I have a lot of stuff to deal with, but I've also used up so many materials. Let me see. I have 2 pieces of raw carbon left, and that's it. I have a little bit of steel left. That's not too bad. But I have used up so much stuff. And I do have a couple of these upgrade templates, but yeah, they're going to use steel and, oh, that one's not too bad. So let's make up a couple more of these and a couple more of these. And I think the 8 times is the best value. I can go the 16, which takes vault diamonds, but I mean, I've got a good amount, but I've got way more of this vault essence. So I'm actually going to make up 16 of these to start off with. The reason being, I want to actually transfer all of this stuff into the new drawer system down below, and then slowly start to take things like this driftwood and do it carefully so that I don't lose all of these items. So for starters, let's begin the move by doing this. Now, I'm going to turn off my pickup. This is so full of junk because I've had it picking up all of the stuff I've been working on. But let's decide. I think we'll put our base blocks over there. So let's get all of those out and I'll put them there. Add a little bit of an upgrade. And that should be it. Nice. Don't worry about that just yet. It's the stone that I want. Wait. There it is. Put in an upgrade. And there we go. Oh, this is going to be good. And with a bit of luck, actually I need to remove those two so I can get out. We should be able to see those accessible over here. Oh, I hit my my elevator. So, yep, there it is. There is our main setup. And I'll probably make a way for me to separate the drawers from there, just so that if the case happens that I overdo the amount of stone or items that a particular drawer can handle, I can disconnect the drawer setup and grab the stuff out of there before upgrading so that I don't start loading up those storage blocks with unnecessary items. But this is going to be my life for a little bit. It's going to take me a bit of time to transfer everything over safely and clean it all up. Last thing I want to do is just break the chest and have things despawn because we've had problems with that in the past. But that's good there. And where do I want to put these? I think I might put them in a double over here. There we go. Nice. Oh, this is going to be so good. So, before I switch over into my own... Oh, look at all this. Oh, wait, stone. I can just put that in there. Bit of stone, bit of stone. Nice. Oh, I've got some tuff here. Beautiful. I'll probably start putting things like the basic building blocks that come with vanilla around through all of this. Sand and all of those bits and pieces can go in there too. But I'm getting distracted. What I want to do is probably handle most of this off camera. It's just going to be a lot of grind work going back and forth. But I would like to come up here and with you guys move the gems, because I just feel like this would be super, super satisfying to move together. I'm going to allow a pickup on that just for the time being. And what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How am I going to organize this? Let's start off with our echo up there. put the color over there. Let's see if I can organize it sort of by color. A little bit like that. Yeah, not really. Like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's the 9 different types there. And we might put our Benny and Larimar with an upgrade so that I can fit all the Larimar in there. And I need my black opal. There we go. Do-do-do. 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 And do-do-do. Now I'm going to go through and grab stuff like my chromatic iron, my steel, crafting materials that are well worth having close together. Let's just grab some placeholders, but not the whole thing. I'll try it. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Things like the magic silk, vault diamonds, vault ingots, dreamstone, what else? Netherite, phoenix dust, kiwis, hunter's eye. I'll grab the burger parts at some point. Mystery eggs. Oh, I'm so excited for all of this. So excited. Knowledge shards, as well as the knowledge essence, which I should have somewhere, surely. And I may even redo some of the stuff so that I have the perfect varieties built in alongside them. Yeah, actually, I like that idea. I'll just grab these, and instead of the Larimar and Benny, I'm going to put my diamonds up there and knowledge essence. Yeah. Then what I'm going to do is actually stagger these down and have a slot available for them so that if I do build them up, they're stored in there just nicely. So I can do stuff like that and set it all up nice and neatly. I think that's going to be really nice. And underneath that, I can have things like that and this and this. Oh, is the fun part. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time doing that. Wait, where's my black opal? Black opal. Going to spend a little bit of time organizing all of this, getting everything down, and hopefully by the end of it, I'll have none of this remaining. None of it at all. And don't worry, eventually I'll do a bunch of compacting drawers, but that's going to take a little bit of time to build up the steel again. So some things will definitely have compacting, don't worry. I'll see you on the other side in a minute with a fully organized setup, and probably the last time we'll see that chest. This is exciting. I want one last look at this room down here. I think this is my favorite. So cool. Yeah. All right, let's do it. So now I've got a little bit more in here. I brought all of my coins down and I transferred down these chests, which can now hold all of my vault gear, which I still haven't quite sorted through yet. I've got some old stuff like level 9 things that probably need to be forged down, but for now that's all right. I've hidden a few things away just in little corners because I don't really have a spot for them yet and I want to keep it kind of clean. Put myself an ender chest up there and now everything, oh yeah, I was just crafting that. Now everything is in here, just nicely. I want to do some plentiful crystals if I can. But if we pop over here, there we go. You can now see that I've organized all of this as best I can. Some of it going over into here when they're kind of items that we're going to have more of than what these will probably comfortably hold without a bunch of upgrades. So I've done that. I know it's a little bit dark, probably on the video itself. For me, it's very easy to see, but I really like the moodiness and the gloominess of this area. So yeah, that is my drawer system set up. And if we pop over here, we can see that a lot of these, some of them have stuff in it, others are completely empty. And what I think I want to do is actually, at some point, go through and set the priorities on these so that they fill up from one end and start filling up all the way to the other end. That way I know if I come across here and this one's like half full or, 75% full, these ones will be empty. And I could always grab the block off there and then put an upgraded block in its place. So sort of like cycle them through and slowly push the full blocks to the end while we upgrade, if that makes sense. I just need to work out how I want to set up the priority and whatnot. So the last thing to grab from up here is a couple of gifts from some people, flour from Liv, and a Christmas gift from the Amigos. Congrats on organizing is funny because that was when I first organized everything in that little room, and now it's once again applicable. So we're going to grab these guys. Going to grab my relic here, and there we go. That is an empty area. It feels so good. Oh my. And now I'm going to find a place to put them all. I don't know where. Relic, you can go there for now. But yes, I'm going to have to set up some sort of place for this extractor to go, and I'll probably get around to organizing a modular router to put down my loot belt, for example. I could grab this and just place it down like that and have it grab out of that area. But I'll have to work up a good system for that. But essentially, this is organized. Slightly messy again. That's actually platinum there. I've got 10 platinum and 30 gold in that one. I've gone through and put some filters on here. So I have one for my vault gear only, like vault related items. And that organizes it purely by vault. I've got my drawer related stuff. And then on this one, I've actually got a mod filter for both power and refined storage, because I feel like those are usually worked together when I'm doing stuff. So there we go. I've got one more room for another tab. Feels good. The main thing that I really enjoy about this over the simple storage network is with the simple storage network, when you clicked to grab a stack of, say, chromatic iron, it would move it automatically down the list of organization. So this is organized by quantity, and it would start to move it. So you could only click it once, or you'd have to search up the specific item. But with refined storage, if you hold down shift, it allows you to shift click it all and remain on 0 until you let go of shift. So I can put all that back. And for example, there's 1.2 in there, 1.3 in here, but I can click that all the way down to like 200 left, and it gets adjusted. Plus, it's it's a little bit quicker on the crafting and not as laggy. Say for example, I wanted to craft that into this, I've done it. Or if I want to come back and craft the redstone itself, I can just do that. So much faster. And that's really handy for stuff like this unobtainium, which I can spam click like that, build up a big supply, and then when I want to convert it back, I can do it just as quick, and I've got more. Really great for when I'm trying to get some more building blocks and whatnot. All in all, I'm really happy with this. Feels good to have a slightly more permanent area. We may have something in the middle here that takes us down into a larger expanse of a room. I've got some ideas for what I want to work on next. And as you can see, I actually haven't mentioned it, but as I was transferring everything, I found another few bits and pieces and made myself up the remainder of what I could as far as knowledge stars. So I have 10 unspent knowledge points. And I don't know. I kind of want the mining gadgets because it's fun to get the blocks from them. Create would be nice. So would backpacks. I'm grabbing backpacks. Create will be what we get next. So that's only another 4 knowledge stars. And at this point of the game, level 40 plus, you get knowledge so quickly. So I think we'll have that pretty soon. I'm just going to temporarily put all of this stuff away because I don't know what I want to do with my animal pens just yet. And let's have a look at what it costs to make a backpack. Honestly, not bad. Nice. So I do have that setting locked and loaded, but what I want to do is make sure I grab out these before I upgrade. I'm going to take that off, put that in there, and then what do we need? A block of silk, easy done. That's the other thing that I really love about refined storage is when you hover over this, it shows you what you don't have available for crafting. So I can do this, make myself a pog, do that, and just drag this in. And now we have a small backpack. Oh, yes. So if we put that on here now, look at that. Look at all that space. We can add our upgrades and we have room for more. So what did we actually unlock by unlocking this? An advanced filter, which doesn't really bother me. Restock upgrade is cool and the deposit upgrade is cool. Void upgrade is also nice. And the 4th tier of stack upgrades. So what does the 4th tier look like? Expensive. 3rd tier, not as expensive. I reckon we could quite easily make a handful of tier 2 stack upgrades and go from being able to stack 512 per slot to somewhere around like the 4,000 mark. I think that's a good idea. In fact, let's take that tier 1 upgrade like that and let's turn it into a tier 2. Make 4 of those. Done. How much can we hold in there now? 1,024. Does that mean that one more of those would allow me to hold 4,000? Because it times it by 4, and I believe these stack. Let's check. And there we go. If we put that third stack upgrade in there, let's grab a bunch of stone. Yep. Looks like it's going up to 4,000. Nice. So 4,096 per slot now, and we have an extra one available for, say, this advanced refill upgrade. We could make it so that it refills our item into the slots there, things like food and whatnot. Feeding one requires the last backpack, that's fine. And voids item selected in a filter. That could be interesting. We could go back down or upgrade to one of these and then use a filter upgrade to filter some items that I just don't want to collect, as well as a void upgrade. We'll think about that. That's down the line. Oh, I got a little backpack sticking out of my elytra. Yeah, he's got a little face. That's awesome. That's so cool. But yes, that's a really good amount of storage. And I'm actually going to just go over to here because I really like doing this. Rahaha, delicious. All back in where it goes. So yes, we now have a really good amount of storage, not only for going into the vaults. In fact, I'm probably going to have to completely redo. Oh, okay. It actually, that's interesting. It changed the shape of it and put it in order. The order that we had it in left to right and row to row, it just extended it. I think I had 2 free slots left in my old one. So that means that we've gone up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 24, plus 4, 28 extra slots. Or 24 extra slots. Yeah, 24. Probably. That's massive. Not only is it going to be good in the vaults, it's going to be good in the overworld. If I'm going and collecting materials, we can stack 4,000 of each in one of these slots. That's, yeah, that's pretty impressive. But with all that, we're sort of out of materials, so I'm not going to be able to do much more until I run some more vaults. And yeah, get some more carbon because, where is my carbon? Do I even have carbon? Yeah, I've got 2. And I don't have any refined. So we need to run some vaults. And from what I've heard, in an update coming soon, the vault runes, like these, are actually going to change. So I have this mine room one that I think, with a few of these essences, I'm going to try and make up some plentifuls, and we're going to run a mine room in the next episode. Try and get ourselves a bunch of resources, and I'm going to help out a server mate, Yarn, by taking this doll that's been sitting here for a little while. Oh, chicken egg. He's had this doll prepared for a really good run at some point, and I think loot efficiency and experience efficiency on a crazy ore run would be the perfect place to do it. So in the next episode, we're going to grab that, chuck it on our head, and we're going to go for hopefully an amazing run into a mine room. That's the goal, and I think we should be able to do pretty good. I'm going to prepare up a bunch of pickaxes so that I have plenty to my name. We might even do some respecking of some talents and stuff like that to give ourselves a much higher vein miner and remove the fortune. Maybe even go finesse, not sure. The higher level vein miner will be super helpful, but I don't have all that many points. We'll have to see. But with that being said, I think we're done for today. I would like to thank my Patreon supporters for your continued support. You folks are amazing. I genuinely do appreciate the support, and it's been very helpful in helping me get by and continue to do this full time. So genuinely, thank you so much. And I hope you're all enjoying the look of this area. I want to have little rooms like this dotted around the entire base. Walkways going to different rooms for different purposes. Farms and bits and pieces tucked into the walls of these caverns here, or this cave. And yeah, I think it's going to turn out really cool. And I'm slowly going to go about really texturing up everything and fixing big flat walls. So, With all that being said, until the next episode, I hope you all take care of yourselves. And I'll see you then. Bye-bye, everyone. Whoop.